the church, we stand by the word of our testimony. I want to talk about uncompromising devotion.
Come on, bro.
My name is Reymer, and I have the honor to lead the RTU sector of the Metro Manila International Christian Church. Please turn with me in Revelation chapter 12.
Come on.
We're going to start reading in verse 10 to 11.
Preach, bro. Come on.
The Bible says, "Then I heard a loud voice in heaven say, Now have come the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ. For the accuser of our brothers, who accuses them before our God day and night, has been hurled down. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. They did not love their lives so much as to shrink from death." You see, my dear brothers, we are in a spiritual world war.
Right. Come on, bro.
And the only way, the Bible teaches that they triumph over over Satan, over the evil.
Come on, bro.
It's through the blood of the Lamb and through the word of their testimony. And I love how the Bible says that they do not love their lives as to shrink from death. And I believe that if we want to have an uncompromising devotion, we cannot shrink from death. We must be willing to die as brothers.
Come on, bro.
You know, at the end of the day, I want to ask us a question. Are you truly ready to die for God and his kingdom? Maybe right now you say, yeah, because I'm feeling faithful. But are you truly willing to die? When the time comes that your life is asked of you for the kingdom and for God, will you be willing to offer your life? You see, what makes our brothers and sisters in the first century church stood in the word of testimony is because they do not love their lives. It was not about them. And so it was not about us. It is all about God. You see, I want to ask us, what is your motivation behind your devotion? Maybe you're staying faithful because you have a sister out there. Maybe you're staying faithful because of your leaders. Your leader believes in you so much. You see, my brothers, if our devotion is rooted with a false motivation, then our devotion is compromised. And we have to understand that compromised devotion is a compromised salvation. Because when the hardships come, the root is gone. When the hardship comes, we compromise even more. And then we look for comfort. Then we become lazy. Then we turn to masturbation and pornography. Because now it's hard. We compromise our devotion. My dear brothers, I want to challenge each and every one of us to have an uncompromising devotion to our God. No, if everything will be taken away from you, will you still be faithful? Will you still be faithful? You know, I remember the times that I compromised my devotion.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
It was during those times that I'm having a hard time on my marriage because I was learning, and there's so many things that's happening on the church back then in Cambodia.
Come on, bro.
And the first thing that I go is to compromise my God. This is so hard. When I went on, and I was impure. And it's not just I was impure. I was cheating with my wife. And it comes to a very spiral downward. It almost took me off my focus on God. And then I learned that, man, if I'm not going to be devoted to God, then I'm going to lose my wife. If I'm not going to be devoted to God, I'm going to lose my son.